Thank you. When I took up this job, they told me it's an impossible job. But I now feel that the deputy foreign minister has actually an impossible job, and mine is easy. She faces a very, very hard, both internationally and domestically, set of challenges to address. And I don't envy her. I don't envy her because she said here today that she negates the two-state solution, just as Prime Minister Netanyahu was saying that he supports it. It's very difficult to negotiate in that environment. And I do hope that as our Palestinian friends, and I agree with the previous speaker, our Palestinian friends need more parity in a negotiating process. We are going to see finally some clarity from Israel, from the government, what the government wants to do. There is no Arab peace initiative if there is no two-state solution. Let's be very frank about it. The Arab peace initiative very openly states that the two-state solution is the way forward. And I actually agree with that, because I think that one of the greatest benefits of the Arab peace initiative, apart from all the economic benefits that can flow, is the very recognition that the Arab countries, the Muslim countries, the very recognition that these countries will give to Israel's right to exist. And that is a fundamentally important linchpin of this plan. I don't, however, believe that Israel's right to exist negates the state of Palestine's right to exist. Yes, there are very difficult negotiations that will need to take place. One security doesn't mean the insecurity of the other. There are so many shared interests between the people of Israel and the people of Palestine that will need to be addressed. There is the Arab context of your neighbors, of what's happening right now in the region. But as we sit today and we look at the status quo, it's a day-by-day status quo. One of these days, the wrong stone will hit the wrong car, whether it is in Gaza, in the West Bank, in East Jerusalem, and things are going to get ugly. Political escalation is very easy. Statements are taken out of context. And all of this is because there's the lack of an overarching political process on top of it. It doesn't mean that overnight peace and agreement will be reached. It will be very difficult. And the point about getting to to a dead end. What do you do when you get to a dead end? You dig through it. That's what you do. You dig through it. You don't just say, dead end. I go back. Go back to what? To the status quo? For how long? You need to have this process, and you need to make sure that this process is within a reasonable time frame, it is based on agreed parameters that are acceptable to both sides, and that it is facilitated by the context of today, which is not just the Arab Peace Initiative, but it is the change in the Arab world, and the fundamental change that has happened in the Arab world since the Arab Spring. It's not the toppling of dictators or even the rise of radicalism today. It is the recognition that people's dignity is the most important part. You cannot replace dignity, you cannot sell dignity for a salary. You cannot sell your political aspiration to have a home of your own for the benefit of social security. And this recognition that you have to recognize the dignity of both peoples, the Israeli people, the Palestinian people, the context of what is happening around us, this is the way forward. And I do hope that, as I said earlier, it is a matter of leadership, and it's a matter of leadership on all sides. Prime Minister Netanyahu has taken a lot of criticism in the international media over the last few months. He himself and Israelis have criticized President Abbas for his strategy of internationalization. But it is time for both sides to show the leadership that is necessary to move this process forward. And if they do, I assure you that the Arab Peace Initiative will not just be on the table, it will be the table on which people will be sitting.